Hi once again and welcome to my channel! Hi guys! So today we're going to the supermarket again because I forgot to buy something. I needed to buy, I'm supposed to bake today because I have an order, but then tada! I forgot the baking powder. So I'm gonna show you what our mall is, how it looks like, what are the protocols. So basically you can see that at the back there, it's actually like a scanning temperature, and you need to scan your temperature, you need to have a checkup, and then you need to have your app open, and then you can only enter. So at the moment, only essential services are open, such as this mall, this grocery, and yeah, for the time being everything is closed. So once you order, you're only getting takeaways, so you can pre-order and you can pick up, but mostly the people who are walking here are Grab food drivers or Food Panda drivers. So here's our mall and we're going to enter. Bye!
A few moments later.
Hello! I need baking powder.
Baking powder?
Baking paper.
Oh, baking paper.
That one.
This
2
one?
pieces. Yes, please. Thank you!
Welcome.
Today is Friday, so there are a lot of people who are going to the groceries. Also because some of the groceries here are replenishing their goods, such as bread and milk and dairy. And for fruits and vegetables, usually they replenish it on Tuesday and Thursday. So right now, I'm going to fall in line, pay my baking paper, and then back to baking. See you in a while.
One eternity later.
I have my baking paper now, and see, the mall is so empty. That's how it looks like. It has been and it will always be. So everyone actually is having that you know, they called it as an expatriate exodus. Usually on month of June and July, foreigners or expats tend to move out of Malaysia. The reason being is that, number one, before COVID, school holidays. So they go back to their own countries like England, Europe, America. But it's not the case that it has to be right now. It's actually different right now. So during this pandemic times, personally, it's very, very difficult for foreigners to stay here in Malaysia. Number one, because there are a lot of restrictions right now. Even going out, you need to have proper documentations. So this is a very hard time for each and every one of us. So I'll see you again in a while. Hi guys, I'm back again. So right now we are ready to mold, measure, and create our bread. I have my dough here ready, which I have created. And I also have our baking pan with the baking paper. First and foremost, when I am dealing with breads, I need to make sure that my hands are free of rings and my hair is tight, so that you will not have any hairs in the bread that you are making. Hygiene is very important and proper sanitation is important as well. That is why I keep and maintain my kitchen and my baking areas clean, neat, and tidy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna measure the dough, and that would be equivalent to a specific number, most probably between 65 to 70 grams, and that would come up into 12 or 10 to 12 pieces of bread. And what's next would be spontaneously we're going to preheat our oven for 180 degrees for 10 minutes, and then it's ready to roll. So keep watching.
A few moments later.
Hi guys, now we are delivering our bread to our tiny human customer who is always requesting for cheese rolls, and we're on their way, and I already told them that we are delivering the bread right now. So here is the freshly baked Bakery cheese rolls bread with free delivery. Delivery done! Thank you for my instant rider! Yeah, so delivering to, I guess you see how happy I am delivering to my tiny human customers, and yeah, it's really a mood lifter and a happy pill for me, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Hi guys! So we are back here and it's time for our coffee and chit chat. So today let's talk about Baker Rhai, and why is it called Baker Rhai and what it is doing right now. Baker Rhai was conceived during the pandemic season here in Malaysia. I was retrenched, but I prefer to be called retired from the corporate world, and I have been staying at home and I've been missing Filipino breads and Filipino pastries, and there is actually a scarcity of Filipino breads here in Malaysia. And then eventually I accidentally bumped into some YouTube videos researching about the ingredients of bread and how to make it, and yeah, gave me multiple times of trial and error of baking and adjusting and really coming into my own version of bread. And then I started it as a hobby. I started it as just baking, number one, for my husband and for our consumption. And I was actually challenging myself if I am able to do something out of corporate world, if there is any skills that I can venture into, that I can learn something or, you know, add into my personal development. And so baking and houseplant gardening become one, or came up with it. So the main purpose of Baker Rhai was actually to share happiness to fellow Filipinos who are stuck here in Malaysia, who misses home, who misses that bread that we buy in the bake shop next to the corner in our town. It's something that you miss, you know, the smell of bread, of pandesal early in the morning, and the smell of piyaya and hopya, and to savor it on your tea time and coffee time. How did I learn it? It was all self-taught. You can say that I am an accidental baker. And I would like to say that my husband's role is very important here, because he was very supportive, and he is still supportive of my desires and my hobbies, which sometimes turns into unexpected, beautiful event. So with a little bit more push of my friends and life group families here in Malaysia, Bakery was conceived. Why it was called Bakery? I got hold of this song in German, which was a Christmas song in the Weihnachtsbäckerei, in the Christmas bakery. And it says that, I'm gonna say it in German, and I hope I can translate it to you. In der Weihnachtsbäckerei gibt es manche Leckerei. Zwischen Mehl und Milch macht so mancher Knilch eine riesengroße Kleckerei in der Weihnachtsbäckerei. So you can say that it is actually very similar to my purpose. I wanted to spread happiness. I wanted to bring joy to families, to Filipino families, to our friends here who are locals, who just wanted to get together to have some breakfast or to have some tea time, and to bring joy and happiness every time they bite on the fluffy bread that I make. Specifically, I wanted to bring joy and to see happy faces of my customers. And I really like to bake for children, because children don't lie. Children will smile and will hug you and will tell you if your bread is nice or if your bread is not nice. And from my personal experience, when you give bread, or when you have your quality assurance as children, they will tell you right away if it's too sweet, if it's too milky, or they don't like it, or it's delicious. And that's how simple my goal and my purpose is here in Malaysia. To just bring joy and purpose, and to fill your hearts and to fill your stomach with the right fluffy bread in your day. When I started baking and also research and product development, my quality assurances are kids, are children aging from 3 years old to 5 years old. And they would help me to tell me, I want it a little bit more bigger. I want it to be this bite size. And I've always instilled it into my heart and into my mind that this is not about money. This is not about how much I can get. I have already moved out of that mindset that I need to earn, or I need to have a specific X amount of money coming in if I'm going to bake this, or if I'm going to create something. And the moment that I took it out from my purpose of Bakery, I felt a genuine, real happiness of serving and baking for my customers. There were instances that I feel discouraged. I feel at my lowest point, maybe because I feel like I wanted to compete and I can't cover a whole bunch or a wider population or a wider market. So I prayed and I asked God to help me really be satisfied in whatever I do, be it in a small or in a bigger market. I asked God to help me to become a good steward. If this is the number of customers that He is giving me, may I have the heart and the character to take care of them. It doesn't have to be a huge number of customers. It doesn't have to be a daily baking session. But what's more important is, when I bake, am I giving my best? When I bake, though I think of them, does that make me feel empowered? Or does that make me feel I wanted to get this money? So every time I bake, I always think, what would be my customers' feeling the moment they receive the breads that I've sent to them? What would be their experience taking that first bite of the bread that they ordered? And what would be their emotion or experience finishing that last piece of pandesal, cheese roll, piaya, hopia, bizcocho, or cheesecake? Will they remember me as Baker Rhai, or they will not remember me? So that was the purpose why I am baking and why I love doing it. So I hope if you have a passion, if you want to start a business, I hope we will not lose track of the goal. Have a mission, have a vision, have a purpose, and have a goal. It doesn't have to earn money. It doesn't only include being financially free. Have a purpose in it. And if you don't know what's the purpose, there is a verse that I hold on. If you don't know anything, if you lack wisdom, just ask. Pray to God, and God will enlighten you. So I hope that my sharing about my baking actually encourages you that whether it be big or small, if you do it with all your heart, it will bring joy and happiness, not only to you, but to the people around you. So once again, this is your Amiga Rhai, your Baker Rhai, saying, Tschüss, vielen Dank, und auf Wiedersehen.